Hello everyone, I hope that you are all doing well. This is me, SAKSHAM. Welcome to T1 Academy. Today, let us discuss the most important current affairs that is there in the Hindu newspaper. So the first topic on the front page of the Hindu newspaper, we are having an international relation topic that is about Ukraine and Russia. Then we are also going ahead with our environment topic, which deals with a discovery of new frog species. Okay, apart from that, we are going to discuss some schemes, and that is how we are going to do it one by one. Okay, let us go ahead. So Ukraine, as I have already told you in my previous lecture, with regard to Ukraine and Russian crisis, why these two countries are at the tug of war. Okay, why? Obviously, Russia is the superpower in that. Okay, as for a brief discussion, I'll just tell you that this is our Russia, RUSSIA. This is our Russia, and we are also having here Ukraine. Okay, right. This is Russia, and we are having here Ukraine, and this is the border of Russia and Ukraine. This is the border of Russia and Ukraine. And what's the capital of Russia? Who is going to tell me this? Moscow. And what's the capital of Ukraine? Kiev. Kiev. And remember this point, this is the Crimea. Crimea is one of the territory of Ukraine. Just like India has Telangana, India has Maharashtra, India has Uttarakhand. In the same way, Ukraine has got its one extra territorial area, which is called as what? Which is exactly not linked with. Okay, you can say it as a peninsula also. Crimea also look like a peninsula. And this Crimea area belongs to Ukraine. Russia annexed this area in the year 2014. 2014 means Russia invaded Crimea and took it under its control. Now Russian government is there, or you can say the pro-Russian government is there. The government which likes Russia and hates Ukraine is there in Crimea, right? And you can see that this Crimea is the rights of the Crimea. You are having CS Azov. Fine, this much you remember. And I'll tell you the controversy what is it between these two. Geographical mapping we have seen. Let us see the controversy. This Ukraine want to join NATO. Want to join NATO. Why I am saying this side? Okay, so for you, if you are watching me, okay, this is your left. This is your left. Now, what is there in the left of Ukraine? You will say, sir, Europe is there. European countries are there, and there is a Pacific Ocean Atlantic Ocean is there, and after Atlantic Ocean we are having what? North America is there, right? You are right. Okay, so US is having a military bloc led by US itself, which is called as NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Means North Atlantic means Atlantic Ocean, northern countries. Okay, like Western European countries. Western European countries like Germany, France, UK, Spain, all of these are called as Western European countries. These Western European countries and United States and also Canada, okay, are actually 30 members are there. I am not taking all of the names of the 30 members of it, but I am just saying the major important countries that belongs to this particular NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Total 30 members are there. Total 30 members are there. This NATO, it's a military bloc formed by US. Okay, US and the major countries over there. In 1949, where the year that we have also adopted our constitution. So you can have some correlation with regard to this and that. Right. So Ukraine wants to join this NATO, and you know that USA is not like by Russia. Russia is not like by USA. Right or wrong? So there is always a cold war between this USA and Russia. But if Ukraine becomes a part of USA, military bloc is nothing but they collectively take a decision where to invade, where to do the invasions, okay, where to overthrow the government, okay, where to on which country they should put sanctions, okay, which country they should not give money. So collectively they will take decisions. Listen to us or we'll do this. That is what they do generally. Military bloc. If you don't obey to them, they can also launch military operations also. Means all the countries together will send their army to your country if you don't listen to them. That is called as a military bloc. That is called as a military bloc. Economic blocks also we are having. That RCEP is there. Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. RCEP is there. It's an economic bloc. Okay, IMF, economic you can say, organization. WTO, economic. But still, these are economic related, does not deals with what security, invasions, sanctions. They don't deal in that way. But military bloc, the moment you come with the name of military bloc, it means what? Okay, it is dealing with what? Invasions, annexations, sanctions, etc. so and so forth. Now Ukraine wants to become a part of that military bloc. And Ukraine is sharing boundary with Russia. How can Russia allow it? Russia will not allow it. Right or wrong? Yes. That's why Russia is saying, oh Ukraine, don't be a part of this NATO. And Russia is also saying to the NATO also, and obviously to the US also, don't include Ukraine into NATO. Then they asked why. Then Russia said, see, Ukraine is sharing border with my country. I cannot allow any threatening aspects near my border. I cannot allow any threatening aspects near my border. So I don't want Ukraine to join. But Ukraine president is interested in NATO. Russia is not interested, Ukraine joining the NATO. That's why if Ukraine president goes forward and become a part of NATO, and do a lot of deliberations with the US-led military bloc and wanted to join that, Russia is stopping it. Russia is stopping it. And Ukraine president is not listening. So recently Russia has moved lot of troops. You can say that 80,000 soldiers, 270 tanks, 180 armored vehicles, 90 helicopters, 380 artillery pieces. So this much of these, you can see at the Ukraine border, all these militaries and the arsenals were sent by Russia. See the armax. If you don't listen to us, Russia said, if you don't listen to us, we are going to invade you. So this tension has been prevailing since a long time. And today in the Hindu newspaper, in the front page, it is given in this way, that there is a United Nations Security Council emergency meet is there. What is the emergency meet? United Nations Security Council. What is it? It is a peacekeeping organization. Peacekeeping organization, you can understand this particular UNSC by comparing with Avengers. By comparing what Avengers. What that Avengers does in the movie, they protect the whole world. They also do the same thing. UNSC. Only 5 members are there which are having veto powers. Means 5 members are the major members in that. All other members are worse to nothing. Worse to nothing. You can understand that way also. 5 members. You are having China. You are having Russia. You are having France. You are having UK. You are having USA. These 5 members are the veto powers of this UNSC. Veto powers of this UNSC. And an emergency meeting was held in New York City on February 17 recently. New York City emergency meeting was held. The emergency meeting was what purpose? The purpose is how to stop Russia to invade Ukraine and how to make Russia to take back its troops. And in that particular meeting, India has also gave its opinion. India said that at UNSC emergency meet, India said, we are very closely following the developments and conflicts which are undermining peace, security of the region. Region means the total Asia region should not be at the risk of what? Security means. Other anti-social, anti-global elements may take the advantage of this and terrorist groups may emerge in that way. So we are closely monitoring the total crisis of Ukraine and Russia, like that our foreign minister have said. De-escalation of Russia. De-escalation of Russia-Ukraine tensions. Top priority. Means de-escalation means escalation means Russia sending more troops. De-escalation means Russia taking the troops back. So making Russia to take the troops back is a major important aspect of what? UNSC emergency meet. That is what is all about it. Now, research discovers new frog species. This is one of the very important environment related topic. You know that frog is very, very unique organism. Why it is unique? Because it can survive both in land and also underwater. Happily, it can have you can move, have trips in water also and enjoy the landscapes also and oceanscapes also. So it's actually called as amphibians. So both can survive in land, also inside water. A new frog species has been discovered. Researchers has discovered a new frog species. This is important, freshwater body. This frog will live in freshwater body only. And found in western coastal plains of India. Again, a very important geographical location that may come in the examination. So, new frog species lives in freshwater bodies, western coastal plains. What is the name of this frog species? The name of this frog species is Euphlyctis Jaladhara. Euphlyctis Jaladhara. Remember, here also same is there. Fine. And it was discovered by Zoological Survey of India and Mount Carmel College. Mount Carmel College. It was discovered by them. Yes. Fine. So, again you can see some important points here. It was first spotted in the freshwater bodies of Thatekad Bird Sanctuary in Ernakulam. Again, a very important point here. Ernakulam, Thatekad Bird Sanctuary is located in Ernakulam. Please remember this point also. Okay, they are identified in all along the western coast plains from Kerala to Gujarat. All the west coastal plains, they will be identified. Okay, amphibians are the link between the vertebrate life in water and land. Vertebrate life in water and land. And one of the major important aspect of this frag species, you know, what is it? It's a indicator species. What is it? It's an indicator species. What does it mean? Indicator species are those species which will tell you some important measurements with regard to any pollutants or contaminants. Okay, those are called as what? Indicator species. And if any polluted water body is there, no, you will not find this frog. That's why whether your water is clean or not, whether a river is clean or not, whether Ganga is getting clean or not, you can understand with the help of this particular species only. If it does not survive, the water is polluted. If it survives, the water is what? Okay, good quality like that. Okay, this is the first vertebrate organism to get affected due to water pollution. Due to water pollution, due to their primitive body plan. Very old body plan is there. Not much adaptations are not there. Very simple body is there. If the water is bad, then you will not see this particular species. So it works as a indicator species. And whenever indicator, like we will add living organisms are there, no, we will add bio indicator species. This is a bio indicator species. Please remember this. Let us also see some important things again. Jaladhara skittering frog. Special conservation plans need to be focused. And you will also see that their distribution between the salt waters or Arabian Sea and the foothills of Western Ghat. Okay, you know that this is Arabian Sea we are having. Okay, this is the Arabian Sea. This is Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal. So this is important. This is all about it. Let us go ahead. Lokpal and Lokayukta Act of 2013. Lokpal and Lokayukta. What is this act? Okay. This act, Lokpal and Lokayukta are investigative. They are just like courts and they are investigative agencies. What do they investigate? They investigate the corruption charges, okay, with respect to state government and central government employees. And also MLAs, MP, any public servant, even CM, even PM. Okay, Lokpal and Lokayukta, they are the investigative agencies, okay, with respect to what? Public servant. If you complained and so-and-so MLA has taken the bribe, so-and-so minister have taken the bribe, so-and-so the CM is involved in this particular scam, etc. If you complain to them, they will start investigation even against PM, even against CM. Okay, to have such institution, there was no such institution at the time of constitution, at the time of our independence. These institutions were not there. Okay, they were first recommended by Administrative Reform Commission headed by Morarji Desai in the year 1966. Administrative means the administration part, like executive, legislature. These are all what? Administration, governing the public. Administrative. What better reform could be bring? What changes we can bring in order to make the administration very responsible, in order to make the administration very accountable, in order to make the administration very efficient, in order to make the administration transparent, okay, non-corrupt. What modifications we can bring? So there should be one agency that should look after this, okay, any kind of irregularities and malpractices, maladministration aspects. First, it was recommended by Morarji Desai Committee headed in the year 1969. The Act provides the establishment of a body, Lokpal for the union and Lokayukta for the states. To inquire into allegation of corruptions again public functionaries, okay, public functionaries means public servants. It shall apply to public servants only. If I am doing corruption in T1, nothing will happen to me. They will not inquire me. These particular institutions will only inquire the corruption related charges with regard to what? Public servants, ranging from peon to PM. And apart from this, a act is also there, Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. From this act also, you can file complaint against the public servants with regard to if they have done any corruption. Okay. So, Lokayukta current powers. What are the Lokayukta current powers? Okay. If any citizen complains of corruption with regard to chief minister, with regard to any minister before the Lokayukta, they can complain, you can complain. Okay, then after complaining, investigations will happen. Okay, after complaining, investigations will start. Investigation will start when the governor appoints one Lokayukta, a retired Supreme Court judge or a High Court Chief Justice, and a Lokayukta, retired or serving High Court judges. This is the composition of Lokayukta. We are talking about Lokayukta only because the news is with regard to Kerala Lokayukta only. Because Kerala state, in the state what should be established? In the state we have to establish what? Lokayukta only. Okay, in the union Lokpal. So we are talking about Lokayukta. The controversy is with regard to Lokayukta only. So if I complained about our case here, sir, okay, then the governor will appoint 3 members. One Lokayukta, another one is 2 Lokayukta, means 3 members, 3-member body it is. And you know that who are they? Okay. They are appointed on the advice of CM and its consultation with the speaker and leader of opposition. Leader of opposition. So you might be saying that CM is involved in the case, how CM will recommend? No, it's not like that. They are already appointed. The case may be happening after 2 years only. No, appointment should be done by CM and in consultation with speaker of the assembly and also leader of opposition. Okay, they should recommend the governor, governor will appoint. An investigation against that public servant will start. Now what happened? Okay. Now what is the Kerala controversy? Generally, according to the Lokayukta Acts, so Kerala Lokayukta Act of 1999, according to this act, whenever this Lokayukta body finds a person guilty of a crime or corruption like that, corruption, especially corruption, fraud, etc. If they find any irregularity or scam, involvement of any public servant, they will give some directions. Direction means remove this particular person. Then governor has to act on it. It was binding. Some of the certain important provisions in this act was, if the Lokayukta, nothing but investigative agency, if they find a person as guilty, then they can give directions to remove him also. Now what has happened? The Kerala government has bought an ordinance. Ordinance is nothing but a law-making procedure alternative to the regular passage of bill from the assembly. Alternative mechanism to bring a law into existence apart from what? Regular legislative assembly. Okay, passing a bill from the legislative assembly, right? Now there was allegations with regard to Kerala CM. Okay, allegations with regard to what? Kerala CM. Okay. Pinarayi Vijayan and his minister Bindu. So there was allegations with regard to this both, that they are doing some corruption charges. They are doing some corruption like that. Allegations are there. And now they are afraid. The CM is afraid now. If the charges are proved, then the Lokayukta may ask me to resign from the office also. Okay. And governor will do so also. Why? Because it is binding on the governor to do this. Right. Now what they have done is, the binding means whatever the decisions given by Lokayukta now, they are actually binding according to Act. They bought an ordinance, they bought a new law, they bought a new amendment into that particular Act, saying that their decisions are not binding, their decisions are only advisory. So from binding on the governor, they made what? Advisory. With this, what happened in future, if they are found to be guilty also, okay, if the governor gives the order to remove them from the office also, they cannot be removed, because they became now what? Only advisory in nature. Merely advisory in nature. Okay. That is what Kerala Lokayukta Amendment Ordinance 2021 has cut down the powers of the anti-corruption agency from binding its decision on the government to binding to merely advisory in nature. Now if the charges are proved also, they will not listen to this Lokayukta body itself. Okay, right. This is about that. Now there are 2 important schemes mentioned in our article. Okay, in the Hindu editorial. SAKSHAM scheme, POSHAN. SAKSHAM scheme introduced by Ministry of Education, launched by Ministry of Education and implemented by All India Council of Technical Education. Technical education, the word is there, you can understand that. Okay, so something to deal with technical education like engineering stuff. Okay, Bachelor of Engineering stuff. So under this scheme, the differently abled students, okay, who might not have a proper eye, who might not have a proper hearing capability, who might not have a proper ability to work, differently able students or special able students For them, under this program, assistance will be given to them to pursue what? Technical courses. To pursue what? Technical courses. This is the SAKSHAM scheme. Now we are having a POSHAN scheme. It was launched by Ministry of Women and Child in the budget year of 2021 to 2022. It's a integrated nutritional development program. Integrated nutritional support program to the students under the POSHAN scheme. This is all about today's current affairs. I hope that this is all fine. Please write in the comment section and also do share with all of your friends. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Take care.